Welcome to another What I Ate weekend edition. Today is actually Friday, and I just decided that I'm gonna film all day today. So I'm not gonna film the entire weekend. I figure today will be good enough. I'm starting out for breakfast, not having anything new or spectacular. I'm having one of my Nature Valley crunchy granola bars. These are the peanut butter. They are my favorite ones by far. Absolutely love them. I went through a time where I loved the maple, I've loved the oats, but I've always gone back to the peanut butter. So I think the peanut butter is like my very, very favorite. And then probably the maple is second. But anyway, I'm having one of these for breakfast. I don't count calories really on the weekend. Really, I try to, if I'm good on Friday, then I can be bad on Saturday and Sunday. If I'm bad on Friday, then I try to be bad on just Friday and Saturday, and then I'm back on Sunday. So, and that doesn't mean I go wild and have 15,000 calories a day or anything like that. It's just I usually have a lot more calories than I have during the week. So, since we're having dinner tonight, Ashley's coming for dinner tonight, I will not count calories today, all day today or tomorrow, and then I'll be back on the wagon on Sunday. So anyway, that said, I'm gonna have one of these. They are 190 calories if you're curious, and I'll see you the next time I eat. For a mid-morning snack, I'm gonna be having one of these Trader Joe's peanut butter and oat bars. I really, really like these. They also have the brownie bars, and they're in a blue box. Believe it or not, I like those better. I like those better than the peanut butter, which is amazing because my favorite Nature Valley bar I just showed you is the peanut butter. But out of these two, they're both oat bars. The brownie one, to me, it just has a better flavor, and it's 10 fewer calories, so that's just a bonus. These are only 130 calories. Not bad at all for a mid-morning snack. They're moist and chewy, baked with whole grain rolled oats and peanut butter. And I only have 2 of them left, so we'll have to go to Trader Joe's soon. But anyway, that is what I'm gonna have for my snack. Today for lunch, I'm having one of these Eggo Thick and Fluffy Pumpkin Spice Limited Edition waffles. They are 160 calories each. They're okay. They're honestly not my favorite thing in the world, but we spent the money, so I'm making myself eat them. I don't think Christina would want them. I don't think she would eat them, or I would have offered them to her. They're just not the best waffles I've ever had. I like the Vans, the gluten-free, a lot better. But I only have one left, so I've been making myself eat them pretty regularly. So I have one left in the box. That's not bad. I put it on a paper plate so that the condensation, if you use a regular plate, the condensation gets trapped and it will get the bottom of this wet. But I also started adding a holder for the plate, because I will take this back and I would put it on my desk. Well, this condensation would build between the paper plate and the desk, so when you would pick it up, it would be wet underneath. With the holder, you don't get that wetness at all. So I try to avoid wetness, as you can tell. But I'm gonna have that. This is the Walden Farms. This is just the original syrup, 0 calorie. I don't use much at all with it. So that'll be my lunch, and I'll check back with you at dinner. So it is afternoon time, and I am wanting a snack. My stomach's growling, but I don't want to eat a lot. So I have these Twizzlers, and I don't know how many calories they are. There are 3 pieces, or 160. So I will probably eat 2. I'll eat 2 of these Twizzlers for a snack. These are the caramel apple filled. They're my very favorite. I think I talked about them in last week's What I Ate Wednesday video, or What I Ate weekend video. So anyway, I'm gonna have 2 of those, and then I'll catch you at dinner. Tonight for dinner, we're having fish and chips. So we bought the fish. It was in these packages. I'm sorry I didn't get a picture of it in the packages. It looks just like this, except it comes in these packages. And we bought cod fillets. We bought 3 of them. And Kevin is just, what did you slice them in half?
I'm just kind of, yeah, 2 halves or thirds, depending on how big they were.
And why are you putting them in milk?
I've always heard, well, it's not a bad thing anyway, but if you soak them in milk, it gets rid of some of the fishiness of them.
Right.
I don't know if it's true or not, but at least it'll be in a liquid in a bowl.
Do we need to put more milk in there? No. So that's enough milk, and then you're just gonna put the lid on it
until
we're ready to eat. Okay. So you don't put any salt or anything on it?
No, I put that in the bread.
Okay. Okay. Kevin is making the Hushpuppies now, and what have you done here? What is this?
This is 1.5 cups of cornmeal, a half a cup of flour, a half teaspoon of baking soda, and a half teaspoon of salt. That's what's in here. Okay. And then I'm going to use, I've got onion left over from an onion we had before, so I'm going to chop up this onion. It says 1 small onion, but that'll be enough onion. Oh, yeah. And once I get it chopped up, I'm just going to add it in here, kind of mix it up and get it kind of dry and mixed up in here. And then you're supposed to have a cup of buttermilk and 1 egg. We didn't have any buttermilk, but you can make buttermilk by basically a cup of milk, regular milk, and then a tablespoon of either lemon or vinegar. And you put it in a bowl, and it kind of, you can see it's kind of curdled.
So you put vinegar in here?
Vinegar.
Okay.
But you let it sit for like 5 minutes or so. Okay. And it'll curdle. And then you mix your egg in with that and beat it up, and then mix it all together. And I usually do this about an hour ahead of time. I put a lid on it, put it in the refrigerator, and just let it rest. Or you don't have to put it in the refrigerator, I guess. You can leave it out. I always put it in the refrigerator. Just let it rest for like an hour. That way, I don't know, it just settles a little bit better. It seems to work out better.
So you're just going to add the egg and the milk and the onion to that, and then put it in the refrigerator?
Yeah, I'm going to chop up my onion, put my onion in here. When this is done for 5 minutes, then I'll mix it all together.
Okay. Okay, so what are you doing now?
Add basic fish batter, or any kind of batter, really, onion rings or anything. A cup of flour.
I love onion rings.
I love onion rings too. So a cup of flour, I'm gonna leave that out just in case. A cup of milk. And then like a half teaspoon of salt. You can leave the salt out, I guess, if you need to, if you want to. Some recipes call for baking soda and all that stuff, but you can replace the milk with like beer or just a clear soda of some kind, and that's really good too. And then basically just mix it up, and we'll see how thick it is, because it should be, I may have to add more flour or may have to add more liquid. We'll see. You don't want it too runny, but you don't want it too thick either.
So that's pretty runny.
Yeah, that looks pretty runny to me, so I may want to add a little bit more flour to that. Yeah, it's too thin. So just a little bit of flour at a time. You don't have to put much. Yeah, that's about right. So that takes it a second to kind of flatten back out.
Yeah.
That's what you're looking for.
Like a pancake batter.
Almost, yeah. It's a little thinner than a pancake batter, but yeah. So I'm gonna let this sit for just a few minutes while I'm getting the fish ready, getting my oil heated up.
So we're gonna make some steak fries for dinner, and we're cheating. Kevin said we could buy potatoes and cut them, and I said, why would we buy potatoes and cut them when we can make Ore-Ida? So we're gonna make Ore-Ida steak fries. And what are you doing?
Stinky.
It's hilarious. This is the fish from earlier. It has been in the refrigerator for what? An hour or so?
Yeah.
And so what do you?
I usually just take it and put it on some flour first to kind of soak up some of the moisture and have something to stick to. Mm-hmm. And then I'll stick in my batter.
That's the batter you just made.
No. Make sure it's covered well. Shake off the excess. It's about to fall out of my hand.
It's slimy little sucker, isn't it?
And put in hot oil.
So I guess you fry this like as long as you fry like I would fry a pork chop or something.
Yeah, just
like when the edges start to get brown, then you flip it over.
You just gotta be careful you don't have the heat too high, because then the outside gets brown and the inside's still raw. So,
right.
Yeah. So I've only got it on medium right now.
So we just deep fried the French fries. This is the entire bag except for like 5 because we've been eating them. And next, Kevin's frying the fish still. And next he's gonna do the Hushpuppies. How do you do these, Kevin?
Use a spoon.
A spoon? You could use that cookie scoop too. So you're gonna cook them in the deep fryer. This is the same oil. And this deep fryer is clean. It's just well used. But the oil is clean, you can see. The only thing we deep fried in it was the French fries. And this is the Hush Puppy mixture that he made up earlier. So is that so that it won't stick?
It won't stick with that.
Okay. So you just get a spoonful and just plop it in there?
Yep.
Oh, cool. And I guess when it turns brown, then you know that they're finished?
Nope. Pretty much.
Well, that's neat.
I kind of try to get them into balls. Kind of somewhat round. But about 4 or 5 is all you can really fit in this size deep fryer.
Right, because it's a small deep fryer. So these are the first batch of finished Hush Puppies, and he's gonna make them smaller. Probably a little bit smaller is what will come out next, because these were still a little bit doughy and he had to put them in for a longer amount of time because they're so big. So the next ones you see will be smaller, and the fish is almost ready. This is what I'm eating. This is my finished plate. And you can see Kevin, these are some of the bigger Hush Puppies that Kevin made, but then he started making them this big. So there's a little bit of a difference, probably half a tablespoon difference in those. But this looks really, really good. We haven't had fish in a while. So, and we either, sometimes we bread it, sometimes we have it breaded, sometimes we have it battered. So, but we like it both ways. But this is the how we had it in London. So we kind of wanted to make it the way that we had it in London. So that is cooked perfectly. So I'm gonna enjoy this now, and I'll catch you in a little bit. Okay, it is 9:30, and I'm gonna finish up my what I eat weekend right here for my Friday night. I am going to finish off this bourbon pecan chocolate chip graters ice cream. This stuff is wonderful. No, I don't need all that. Will I eat it all? Yes, I will eat every single bite, and I will love it, and I'm not gonna feel bad about it. So I hope you enjoyed this what I ate weekend edition.